all these wonderful objects are an incredible tribute to the sea snake's life. It is a vanity, because of course it's like, yeah, I did that, and I did that, and I did that. And what did you do? Oh, you were born into royalty. Well, I made my stuff. And so there are all these wonderful objects and mementos from his voyages, these legendary 9 voyages.
We really just gave Claire and Jim what we know about the sea snake, and we really turned them loose.
I mean, the collaboration with the set decorator on every movie is absolutely key. And with Claire, it is very much a harmonious collaboration.
We literally went back to the history of Coriolis and his story, which then helped us with the different artifacts that we made for that set. He would take a treasure from each place, and that's what kind of became a big part of his set.
We talked a lot about that and what they should be, and we'd looked at various art exhibitions and pieces in the British Museum, and then she went off and designed her own pieces to represent his life.
I'm fine. I'm melting. Before we started shooting in there, I had asked Ryan for some information about the voyages, or at least about the mementos, so that when I, as the sea snake, looked at those things, I had a memory. It was not going to be in the script, it was just something for me.
We really pointed a lot at Hearst Castle and, you know, what William Randolph Hearst built with his family's wealth, and then filled it with the treasures and artifacts he was able to acquire. The sea snake did the same thing, but these were artifacts that he essentially won or purchased on his own travels, being the Sinbad of this time.
I just want a camera to go through every single thing that is in that set. The detail is unbelievable. It's so beautiful.
It's amazing. On the whole of 9, we did some fantastic pieces for that. I think we're very lucky. I mean, we've got some very talented people in the workshop. The concepts coming and you look at some of them and you think, how the hell we're going to do that? And, you know, between the guys in there, we work out a formula. I mean, all sorts of weird and wonderful stuff, which we've never done before, so they're all very unique.
It was an amazing brief. Everything was creative. Everything has been made from scratch. You know, stuff we've never made before. Everything was influenced by things already made around the world, and we basically tried to copy what they wanted and make it better. The Hanging City has been made really lightweight, but had to be made so it looked like bone ivory. So we had to think of a method that we could do that was easy to be hung up really lightly. That took a lot of thinking of how we're going to make it. We ended up using loft insulation boards. We used those different thicknesses to carve, and we basically layered it all together to create the structure. It was lightweight, but strong as well.
You never quite know how they're going to turn out when you start them. And a lot of the time, it's, you know, trial and error to get where we are with it. But when you see it, then you can stand back. That's the rewards.
I like the snake orrery. There's 2 snakes intertwined, and you see the globe in the middle. By the time it's all painted, you wouldn't know it was just polystyrene or insulation foam underneath it. I constantly get amazed at what we can do, and I think, did we make that? Are you sure we made that? Are we that clever to make that? But we did.
The driftwood throne was really interesting because that was the sea snake's ancestral seat. We wanted to build it and do it service because the sea snake is a proud guy, and Jim and Claire went out and actually built a throne out of driftwood. It's an incredible piece of work. And really the only person whose feet touched the ground when they sat on it was Steve Toussaint, the sea snake himself.
The Hall of 9, it was lovely to see it as it developed over the weeks as they were building it. And then you actually walk on there and it's all dressed, ready for filming. That's when you sort of realize, yeah, Game of Thrones is back. We're doing it again.